Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No note. Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No note.
Greg Ward's making the team.
Guyz making the team. Listen, I'm going to let you do your thing, man, but I have to say this as soon as you're done.
We on.
Listen, man, let's do it, man.
We lie.
We live,
Clowney. The boy's back. I need Clowney, though, for real.
You need Clowney. We all need Clowney.
I need some Clowney.
I think we need a little bit of Clowney in our life.
Need a little bit of Clowney in our, and he wants to be here.
He wants to be here, bro.
That's the crazy thing. But so if I'm Howie and like you really want to be here, then you come in, you play for a year, we go from there. But nevertheless, it's your boys Pete, the boy E. We got the boy TA back from vacation. It is PSG on A2D collectively.
Yes, sir.
We're here to bring you the ruckus and the noise, the toys and the boys, whatever you want to call it.
What does Chrome Dome say? The Friday Night Delights is back.
Friday Night Delights.
I like it.
Listen, man, we are less than a week away,
Man.
from the kickoff of the NFL season 2019.
I want you to say that again to the people out there. Family, we love
Less
you. One more time. Give it to me.
than
Give it
a
to family.
week away. Finally.
And I don't think people realize that we're right there. We're right there at the finish line. We're right there with a healthy Carson Wentz, with a steady dose of a 1-2 punch of a running game. Knock on wood. I guess I'm gonna knock on wood like John Gruden. Knock on wood like John Gruden. Everyone stays healthy. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I think we may be going back to Broad and Patterson. You know, and I know, I don't want to jump out the window. I don't want to jump out the window, but I'm just saying, right now, with a healthy Carson Wentz, a steady diet of a 1-2 punch, and with guys staying healthy, and also if we get the dreadlock man, okay, that's the dreadlock man that's in Houston right now, then you know we're right now a contender as we speak, but that takes us to a different level because watch this. You add my man Clowney, and you know who I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. You add my man Clowney, and you're actually helping your back end out. So some of the weaknesses, whether it be the double moves with Darby, Mills, some of the other boys as far as my man Rasul with his sometime issues, let's keep it real.
Right.
You're actually eliminating or decreasing that by having a steady diet of Cox, Clowney, and Graham as well as Jackson.
Yes. So we had the fourth preseason game last night. Jets, Eagles, recap. They lost 6-0. Not much to see there at all. Nothing else really to see.
I like it.
So we had the first wave of cuts come out. So let's hit over that real quick. Any shocks? Any surprises to you so far? Nothing for me when I looked at the list. Nothing really stuck out. I mean, maybe the Pumphrey one. You know, we
kind of knew that though.
I saw the last name haul, and I thought it was Deshaun.
It's the safety.
Okay,
so
I'm good.
All right.
And then I also saw DeAndre Tompkins. For a second, I'm like, we have DeAndre Hopkins as well. Like it was really what Skadrick was released.
Yeah.
Kessler was released.
Which, by the way, he could come back after week 2.
Yes, that's what
the
they said.
salary's not guaranteed until after week 2. You don't have to guarantee it. So he could be a buy that we bring back in. And you said, as you said, Kessler, which we all knew.
Yeah,
we all knew. So does that
especially when McCown came?
Yeah. So does that mean we move Thorson to the practice squad?
Probably practice squad.
Or does that mean we cut Thorson and look for someone that's out there? Now, you saying no?
Yeah, because
let me say this to that. And there's a possibility. There's the issue right now, or a quarterback controversy, if you will, in San Diego. They have a little bit of a logjam, if you will.
L.A.?
L.A., excuse me. I got to get used to that. L.A. Chargers, there's a logjam right now. You have Phillip Rivers, of course. You have Tyrod Taylor. You have my man Cardell Jones, who's actually balling right now.
Okay.
And then you have the guy who has the coolest name in the world, Easton Stick, North Dakota State. Came right after Carson Wentz. He's balling right now as well.
They're all in L.A.?
They're all in L.A. right now. So they have 4 quarterbacks right now. Steady quarterbacks that's really, really good. Now, we might say, okay, Indianapolis situation, which we will get into in a few minutes with Andrew Luck, that could be a team that they may go after him. But in the event they don't go after him, if there's a possibility, if I can give up maybe a 5th round or 6th rounder for Cardale Jones, do you make that move?
No.
Okay. Okay. Now, you may say Sudfeld's coming back after, the 3rd or 4th game?
I mean, maybe. And now the biggest question for me is, if Sudfeld was healthy right now, would they still brought McCown in? If they did, if all 3 were healthy, would Sudfeld still be on this team going what happened in Indianapolis and Andrew Luck retiring?
It's hard to say, man. It's really hard to say, to be honest with you. But, I mean, I think – and they love Sudfeld. They love what he brings to the table. They had him for 3 years in the system. But I just think short term, they're like, okay, we got McCown. McCown's going to be – if Wentz, God forbid, goes down, we're riding right with McCown. And McCown can do the job because McCown is a pro. Right. And this is the most – let's keep it real. People don't realize this. This is the most talent he's ever had, ever. Yes. Out of all his teams, many jillion teams he's been on. This is the most talent he actually had around him. Right. And he's a veteran presence that could actually fulfill that role that you need. So with that being said, Sudfeld, do you still keep around? But do you have a guy like Cardale Jones that's in the market, that could be in the market? Do you make that move for Cardale Jones?
Possibly. Now, when I'm looking at this name of the players that was waived, shocking is Mark and Michelle, but I really think Greg Ward Jr. is going to make this team. And Mike Collins is going to make this team, and I believe.
So you're carrying 6 wide receivers.
Yeah, because they released Alex Singleton and also Chris Worley.
What about Edwards, the kid from Wisconsin?
No, I think he'll make it.
I like him. I like him a lot.
Now, so let's talk about. I want 2 things I want to talk about. Who else do you think will be released or cut? Specifically, when we look at the running back position, we can see that with Josh Adams and Wendell Smallwood. The other 3 are probably solidified: Sproles, Sanders, and Howard. So now with these moves we've seen here, it looks like they're going to carry 6 wide receivers. So I think Ward, Hollins, Aguilar, Whiteside, Jackson, and Jeffrey, I think they're going to be your 6 wide receivers.
Okay.
Then from there, tight ends, obviously, they released Will Tye.
Perkins.
So you're probably looking at Perkins and Richard Rodgers. I believe they're putting on
IR for a little bit. With the possibility coming back later on in the season.
Once you could put as many. This is what you guys don't know about the league. You could put as many players on IR that you want, but you could only bring 2 back. You can only bring 2 back. So we're kind of pretty much solidified there with the tight ends as well.
Let me answer your question. You said who's the guy I think that's going to get released. And I like him a lot, but it's a numbers game. And if you're keeping you going
6 O-line?
No, we're going. I'll go there in a minute. But we're going running back. If you're keeping 6 wide receivers, then that means you're only keeping 5 cornerbacks now. Now what they're doing is smart, which I like. Is they're putting what's my man's name, Crevon LeBlanc, on IR. So as we know, he's going to come back. Right. So he'll probably get that spot to come back, which is smart. And there's another guy designated too. It's a lineman. I can't remember his name. Another guy they may bring back too. But having Crevon LeBlanc. So you're saying you go 6 wide receivers, 5 cornerbacks, and then you're saying you go 5 running backs. If you're going 4 running backs. So if you're going 4 running backs, then Smallwood and Adams is going. With the hope, because you got Clement. You got
Corey.
Clement. He's going to make the team.
Corey.
You got Howard. You got my man Sanders, and you got Sproles. So that's 4 right there. So with that being said, and TA and I both agree. And again, I was one that was very hard on this guy, but he's just Mr. Automatic. He's Mr. Reliable, and that's Wendell Smallwood. He has 9 lives. He's like Jason.
Wendell.
He's like Freddie. He don't die, man. He just keeps coming back.
Listen, he runs hard.
Yeah.
Okay. The coaching staff likes him. He's proven he can at least, be a starter a game or 2 if needed.
Right.
All right. Josh Adams hasn't proved anything in this league, but besides getting hurt or fumbling the football. And for all the jabrones out there that want to make that like a bold prediction, Josh Adams isn't going to make this roster. Well, he wasn't making this roster in March, babe. So now all of a sudden he's what you consider a 3rd back or anything like that. Like we're loaded in the backfield. So Josh Adams.
What's the basis on that? Why would they say? And I'm just curious. And you may not know TA, but why would they say? Because it's obvious. It's a numbers game, and that he's not going to fit it. He fumbles. I mean, and again, I like him, but at crucial times, Adams fumbles, and that's a recipe for you not getting no time or getting cut. We've seen it with Deuce. Deuce will look at you and say, "Come on, buddy, right here, have a seat," and you will not get in the game anymore. So what makes these guys?
He said, "Have a seat."
Yeah. What makes these guys think, okay, he's not going to make the team? It's a shocker. It's a numbers game. He's not going to make the team.
No, people fall in love with like the Vince
Right.
Papale idea.
Okay.
Like every practice squad guy or every like late pick or every guy they see do a couple things in preseason, we overvalue as a fan base.
Yeah.
Right? Like I care about my starters. Like, are my starters good enough? Like, I don't care about these.
It's all good to have the depth, but if you don't have the starters to win, how far can you
Yeah,
get?
like I don't care about like a 5th string running back right now.
Right.
You know, or a 4th string running back at that fact. Like I don't that's not going to win me a Super Bowl right now. All right, so to say like, oh, the Eagles are looking to this certain page on Facebook, Eagles Zone, and they get all these follows, and I don't know why, because you're going to post like the Eagles are looking to trade Wendell Smallwood and Josh Adams for what? A couple new footballs? What are they getting? What are they getting back? What'd I miss?
Right.
What'd I miss? Oh, that's value. You know, guys that are all pros get traded for 5th-round picks.
Right.
So explain to me how the hell these two guys are any bit of value to anybody else. If they stink here, they're going to stink everywhere else, according to certain people.
Now, I think with Smallwood, it's the fact that he is he's on the team, but you never really see him, especially during training camp and preseason. Like, how much has he played? Remember, Jacksonville was heavy Boston Scott and Josh Adams.
Excuse me. Well, that's the thing. To credit what TA said, they know what they're going to get in him. They know what he's going to do. So that's why I say.
So is he?
They wanted to see what
So
Boston
is
Scott
he
could do.
just a safe bet? Is Smallwood just a safe bet?
If they're carrying 5, it's going to be Wendell Smallwood.
Okay, so
Slam dunk.
when I say that, so him being a safe bet, is it more that he's that much better than Adams?
He does everything they ask him to do. The guy's on punt return. He's on punt return. He's on punt block. He's on kickoff return. When someone gets hurt, guess who's in
he's
there?
very versatile.
So that's
He's very versatile.
And one thing about the Eagles this year, they're realizing taking the picture, taking the taking the
page.
Thank you, sir. Out of New England Patriots
Right.
is you can never have enough guys that do a lot of things.
Right.
I.e., they were trying to put Etlin, the quarterback, at wide receiver.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why Greg Ward, it looks like he should make the team because he does so many things. Let's just say you have a quarterback conundrum, and a couple guys go down, you got Greg Ward that can come in. You know what I mean? So
And hopefully it never
hopefully it
ever comes
never
to that.
happens. But my point is, they're looking for guys that could do many things. Mac Hollins, a lot of people don't like him.
Right.
A lot of people have a hard time. They feel like he's a flop.
I like Greg Ward more than like Mac Hollins already.
Right, but the thing that Mac Hollins gets over Greg Ward is his special teams. He's an ace. He does so much for you on the special teams, man. And you don't realize how good he is on special teams, but just watch what he does, man. He's a great gunner. He gets down the field well. I mean, he can block punts. He does so many things for you. So,
Yeah.
and they see that, and they see the versatility of him, and that's why he's always going to have a spot on the squad as long as he's healthy.
Yeah. Tia, do you feel the same?
About Greg Ward?
Greg Ward, Mac Hollins. Well, I think Mac Hollins.
I mean, listen, the best ability is availability. And, you know, Greg Ward is available.
Yeah.
Matt Collins halftime ain't available or hasn't been for a long time. But I know how this team falls in love with keeping their draft picks around. So it wouldn't surprise me if Matt Collins made it over Greg Ward.
Yeah.
Just because they fall, like it happens all the time. Why do you think Smallwood's been here for so long?
Yeah.
That some people question.
Yeah.
No, he's a pick.
Yeah.
Picks stick around.
4th round pick. Right?
And funny that you say that. Now we're talking about certain guys. I mean, Josh Sweat. It's going to probably be a numbers game with him. And
He's got it. He's got to get cut. Because
He does gotta get cut.
Because my man behind him's better.
However, he's a 3rd-round pick.
I know. And they fall in love with this.
And they fall in love with him. They fall in love and say
They give
this
him
guy's
extra
got
chances.
He's
Like,
got a ceiling.
They give him extra rope all the time. They
Exactly.
give him extra.
They're
Like,
waiting for him to turn
all
the
right,
corner.
you still hungry? Here
Right.
you go.
They're waiting for
when
they're
this
waiting
kid
for him to
Hall
turn the corner.
played alongside Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
At A&M.
yeah.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
he's shown flashes that he can get
Yeah.
after the quarterback. And isn't that what your front four is all about?
I mean,
Josh
listen.
Sweat doesn't get to the quarterback.
Right. And if you want to say that Hall's the slam dunk pick. However, you know how he is. How he's very loyal to his picks.
He is.
By default. You know, that's just what he is, man. So, I mean, that's a question that we may be answering, saying why this happened.
Right.
Which, if it does happen, it's a big mistake.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because there's going to be a team right away that's
So
gonna
if
come right up.
they keep Deshaun, which they should, and let's say if they keep
Deshaun Hall, right?
Deshaun
Yep.
Hall, if they keep Deshaun Hall, that gives us what? So from left to right, let's go
5
right to left. So you go
DNs?
Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox, Malik Jackson.
You talking about DNs or just defensive
the
linemen?
Defensive linemen all together. So you got Fletcher Cox,
Okay, that's 1.
Brandon Graham,
2,
Malik Jackson,
3,
Jernigan,
4,
Derek Barnett,
5,
Vinny Curry,
6,
Deshaun Hall.
7. So you're only going to carry 7. You're not going to carry 8.
So if they want to carry 8, then
Well, let's just
And
not.
Sweat makes the team too.
Bruce Hector?
Let's knock on wood.
No, they traded him.
traded him. He's gone.
Trayvon Hester?
Let's knock on wood. That,
Maybe,
that number 90 's there.
or they
Number
keep
90 's
Sweat.
there. Well, listen, number 90 is going to be in the building within the next 24 to 48 hours. I'm just letting y'all know.
You got that vibe, man?
I just feel it, man. I could be
I
wrong.
feel,
That's my
I
new
could be
thing.
wrong,
I like
but I
calling
feel
everybody
it.
back.
I feel it, man. I feel
Yeah,
it.
that's my new thing.
I feel that how he sees the opportunity, he's going to strike while the iron's hot. Now, the Dolphins. I mean, speaking of them,
he definitely doesn't want to go there.
he definitely wants to go there, and they offered a number 1 and him,
So you think?
and for Tunsil, and the Dolphins said no.
So you got this good feel in your bones right now. You got a good
I
feel
just-
that this is happening.
I just feel
No.
that they're going to outbid Seattle, and again, Seattle's an attractive place.
And
They're
go
a
ahead.
very,
say it.
very, very attractive place. Don't get me wrong. Washington, for I understand, is in the mix as well. But I just feel that Howie realizes this is the chance right here. You only have a certain amount of window, okay? You know what I'm saying? And your window, we won at 17, so your window's, let's say 5, let's say 3 to 4 or 5 years, tops. So with adding a Clowney, you're still in that window. It puts you a cut up above everyone.
Oh, yeah, like
You know what I'm saying? So strike while iron's hot.
Like Shannon Sharp said, he says, listen.
What is that, Skip?
He said,
What is that, Skip?
He said, listen,
Okay, Skip.
if the Eagles get
What did he say? Billy Bob.
Clowney, it's
Clowney.
over. He said, Vince Carter All-Star game, over. He said we already was
Skip.
ranked as the second best pro football focused
Yeah.
defensive line,
Yeah.
generating a pass rush.
Yeah.
So you add Clowney to that mix. But you just said it. I didn't hear the Washington rumor.
Yeah, Washington's out there too.
If that
Washington's
would
out there, too.
be the team that was scary because what can they do? What
That
do they
tackle.
have?
That tackle.
Trent Williams
Yeah.
from Jadeveon Clowney
Straight
straight
up.
up.
Yeah. But see, Washington is fat meat greasy, man. They just, like, honestly, man, they shoot themselves in the foot every single time. I don't know how they do it, man. How these fans Washington do it? Like, they're loyal, man. I got to give them props because their management team. I mean, just the way. Why would you put out there that you're not going to trade Williams? Why even put that out there?
But they make splashy moves like with Landon Collins. They may have overpaid him, but that's a splashy
That's
move.
a splashy move. I agree.
Now, but
I
to
agree with
me, they still don't have any wide receivers.
with that. And they're trying to trade Josh Doxson.
Who wants Josh Doxson?
Josh Dotson. Excuse me.
The C is silent. It's weird.
Dotson.
Because it's Doctson.
Well, I mean, you might have a team that has an injury.
What has Josh Doxson ever done?
No, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But again, these general managers, for some reason, they fall in love with guys.
Yeah, I think that's just the
right,
human
wrong,
nature of the
yeah,
business.
But I'm saying they fall in love, and it's like a lot of those GMs. For instance, with the Hackenberg thing, there was GMs that said I could be the one to fix him. I could be the one to fix him. I could be the one to fix him. Now it didn't work, of course.
Yeah.
But that's how they think. Like, okay, it's an ego thing.
Yeah.
I could be the one to fix Josh Dotson. I can
Yeah.
fifth him.
Yeah.
So let's pick him up. Let's give me a fifth rounder, 6 maybe somewhere in that neighborhood, and then grab him and then see what happens.
So we're talking about defense, and we'll get it back to the Birds real quick. Linebackers. This is what I want to bring up to you. Speaking of the Dolphins,
yeah, your boy. I know where you're going.
he
boy.
demanded a trade.
Your boy,
Would you welcome him back?
Kiko Liko. At outside linebacker, I wouldn't visit it.
Yeah,
I'll kick the tires.
Yeah.
But now there's another name. We didn't talk about it. That's out there.
You gonna drop one on me?
I got one out there. He's a guy. He's had some issues off the field
Okay.
with drugs, but he's from what I understand.
Oh, Rolando McClain.
What I understand, he's much better. He's ready to play. He's ready to prove that he can still ball. And before he had a little situation with the drugs, he was balling.
He got reinstated already.
So he got reinstated today. So that's one. Me personally, I would kick the
So
tires
who
around.
has his rights?
I don't know if Dallas still has it right.
I thought he traded him to
think-
Oakland. I thought his last year before all this happened, he was in Oakland.
You might be right. It might be Oakland that has his rights. But I mean, what, seventh round pick or something to that nature, or a pick the following year?
Well, because you've seen they released Alex
Yeah.
Singleton, who's a linebacker. They also released Chris Worley, who's a linebacker as well. Now, you did mention T.J. Edwards.
Yeah.
Guj Hill is already going to be – I think is he starting it
I think it's a week 2.
week 2? Because he's
three.
definitely not going to be ready by week 1.
Nah, he's
Bradham's
2 or 3.
banged up too.
Yeah.
So
You still got Fort. You still got LG Fort though.
But I mean, L.J. Ford. You're going to start L.J. Ford, T.J. Edwards, and who else? Who's your third?
What's Zach Brown? Zach Brown. Zach Brown.
If we talked about earlier in camp, there was a chance that Zach Brown, if he didn't turn around, he wasn't looking so hot, from what I read.
Yeah, I mean, he has some struggles, but he's still a veteran presence. He's still a guy. He's still a guy that can ball, and a guy that they believe in. And the guy it's a low risk, high reward issue or a situation for bringing him in. So they're going to give him a shot. They're going to see what he can do. I think he'll be fine. Mm-hmm. But I mean, the linebacker thing always has been something that you and I talked about.
They've never valued linebackers.
They never do, man. They never do. And going forward, I mean, I would kick the Rolando McClain thing around, man, just to see. What does he have?
Trying to get that low risk, high reward.
Absolutely, man. What do you have to lose?
So if they do nothing,
okay,
how do you feel about the linebacker core?
I don't like it
at all.
Now the first
it's not deep.
The first week against Washington, I think they'll be fine because Washington won't. Jordan Reed's out, right?
Yeah, he's always out.
He's always chipped up. So Jordan Reed's out.
Jordan Reed is like on a permanent break.
He is stealing some money right now. I mean, when he's healthy, he's doing his thing.
Remember when Bernie Mac said, when black people going to break, they're going to break. That's Jordan Reed.
So we got some comments real quick.
Okay.
My man Matthew Parsons, he says that's true, but our first rounder is going to come late due to where we finished. That will want more than the first and the second rounder. That's why the Clowney thing makes so much sense because you can actually, I mean, we're going to honestly be around anywhere between 22, 23 to 32.
Right.
Anywhere between it. And then the value that you're going to get, you're not going to get defense end that's value like him. So you got a defense end that's 26 years old in the prime of his career, a guy that you can put him, like a lot of people said, like somebody said to me today, well, if they bring him in and, he's not going to be ready to play. Yes, he'll be ready to play. You put him in situations.
Yeah.
You start him off slow.
He's a matchup problem.
Exactly.
And listen, people, he plays the wide 9 technique.
Yes, he does.
And Jim Schwartz, if remember those Tennessee defenses when McNair was there,
Curse
and
Freak,
and they just created havoc on the defensive line. It would be that all over again. But before I must be amiss. I apologize.
Okay.
Our poll question today.
Yes, sir.
Is with this craze and the hype, no promotion, not even a commercial. The Popeyes chicken sandwich, classic or spicy, whatever suits your fancy.
Okay, Fluffy World Order. Let's get it.
Has taken over.
Taking over.
To the point where you pull it to the drive-thru,
okay,
and they got signs up, handwritten, some printed out on a little 8x11 paper,
handwritten,
saying we fresh out. But for the people who have tasted the chicken sandwich from Popeyes.
I like that one.
Chicken sandwich from Popeyes.
Okay.
And you also have one from Chick-fil-A.
All right.
Is Popeyes better than Chick-fil-A, or is it just like that new kid on the block right now that's getting his 15 minutes of fame? Or does it have some staying power?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have not been able to get my hands on one. And trust me, I only want to taste the chicken. I'm not eating carbs and nothing like that right now.
Yeah.
So I just want to taste the chicken. I may take a bite, the first bite, just to get a full taste.
And then that's it.
Of the sandwich. But then after that, the bread got to go.
Listen, I'm going to say this to all the family out there. Family, please weigh in on that. Please, I know you guys been weighing in on Facebook and all the other platforms, if you will.
Twitter, Instagram.
Thank you, YouTube, all the above. But I'm going to say this. There's that thing they say back in the day. Old Faithful is Old Faithful. When you're in a pinch, you want to stick with Old Faithful because Old Faithful, is going to come through.
Right.
And I say this to say that Chick-fil-A, okay, Chick-fil-A, who's by the way closed on Sunday, they're that bad, they're that good, where they say, you know what, we're going to close on Sunday. We're going to sell so much chicken, we don't even got to work Sunday.
Right.
And yes, they're religious and all that stuff and all that, but they're so
you're religious and stuff on all that.
And all that, they're religious and all and everything. But they say, look, we our chicken's that good, it don't even matter. We can close on Sunday. And again, like I said this to my pastor, I do Uber and Lyft. I said they're one of the only organizations that said anything about the LGBTQ. And again, I don't agree with what they said. I mean, it is what it is. Right. But they're the only people to say what they said about the LGBTQ community and still be around. I rest my case.
This is true.
Well,
listen, let me just say this. And I don't want people to call me stereotypical, whatever you want.
Yes.
It's very few things.
Okay.
Especially.
Okay.
That black people, above all else,
okay,
is chicken,
right?
Fried,
color folk, African American folk,
sugary drinks,
yeah, Kool-Aid,
and especially for my black ladies out there, they hair,
yes.
No matter what's going on in their life,
yes, the hair is very, very.
Their life could be a hurricane,
shambles,
trials and tribulations.
Yes,
they're gonna get some fried chicken.
Yes, they are.
They're gonna get some half and half or some sweet tea.
Yes,
and they gonna go get that hair did
or Kool-Aid. Yes.
And listen, I'm gonna tell you one of the best things about Chick-fil-A,
That's true.
which I haven't tasted in a long time. That daggone milkshakes.
Yo, the cookies and cream is serious.
Dog,
Real deal Holyfield.
you can get, and they also have
Real deal
pie. If
Holyfield.
I'm not mistaken, they have pie,
I don't mess with the pie.
but you can
They have
get
it, though?
pie
Okay.
in your milkshake, and it's like a secret item menu.
No, they
secret
don't do
menu
that. Are
item.
you serious?
Bro, I'm telling you.
All right, I can't.
I'm telling you.
can't do
That's a
that.
little bit. That's a little bit much for me.
Yes, I'm trying to. Yeah,
So,
it's
Now,
rough.
when I go to Chick-fil-A, I can't front. When I go to Chick-fil-A,
Okay.
I'm not getting the Chick-fil-A sandwich. I'm not getting number one. My wife and my kids and my mom, other members of my family, they can attest to that. When I go to Chick-fil-A, I'm getting the fillets, or I'm getting grilled nuggets, or I'm getting grilled chicken.
Okay.
I'm not trying to mess with that deep fried stuff. So, but I was going to make an exception if these hands right here
Okay.
can get on a Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Right.
But they like an endangered species right now.
Listen. Now, did you hear about why we on the subject, family? Did you hear about the folks in Tennessee? Now,
No.
As you know, it's all sold out. People's upset. There's lines on 9 yards. But there's a young man, and I don't have his name offhand, but I was reading some of it. He's actually suing Popeyes
For what?
for not having the sandwich available. Yes.
Now, I would say
Yes.
now,
Go look it up.
I
It's
can
really
understand
true.
that. 2 days
He's
ago,
suing them.
I went to my local Popeyes after work.
Okay.
Waited in line.
Okay.
2 cars ahead of me that person was at the speaker.
Okay.
He was getting very upset. So now, mind you, he's not the car directly in front of me. He's the car in front of that car that's directly in front of me.
Okay.
I can hear him cursing into the speaker. This is blank, 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 taking too long, ... They come on. Can I have 2 spicy chicken sandwiches? He said, yes, please. Thank you, ma'am. So, like, it really be like that.
Yeah.
And he took the last 2 spicy chicken sandwiches because
He was going hard
it
in
was
the paint.
freshly sold out after that.
So he was going hard in the paint,
Oh,
right?
Like, I don't understand why.
Like going hard. Like, you ever see them people that just go hard in the paint for nothing?
Yes.
Like, you're going hard in the paint, but you about to get it anyway. So what's the point
Right.
of going hard in the paint? Right? So my man went hard in the paint, did his thing, cursed the whole 9 yards, blah, 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 blah. And said, let me get 2 spicy chicken sandwiches, please. And that was it.
Please.
Please.
And he said yes.
Was he of the, was he,
He was no Caucasian.
was he a fluffy guy? Was he fluffy?
No,
fluffy
it was
African-American
Caucasian
guy?
persuasion.
Okay, was he fluffy?
And he didn't appear it.
He didn't appear fluffy.
He did not appear it.
Okay.
He did not appear it. But, I mean, he was in a little Kia something or whatever it was. I don't know, but listen, man, hopefully these lips of mine will be able to taste it at some point. If I got to split it in half, we'll see. But, TA, real quick, and chime in, Popeye's, Chick-fil-A, if you had to pop, even if you don't want, even if you just disagree with the poll, just let us know if you had the Popeye sandwich. Is it good? Is it worth the hype? We saw Ben Simmons on A2D Radio. If you're not following all the pages on social media,
I like it.
please do so because we had the video up. Ben Simmons was in that bitch growling, or he was saying, let's see what all the hype is about.
He liked it?
And he bet he said, this is pretty good.
All right, I need him.
Now-
Let's get a shot, though. Let's keep that
I
shot
didn't
going.
even once the camera and TA can attest to this.
Okay.
Once the camera pan left
Right.
to whoever was sitting next to him,
Okay.
it stopped because that was no Jenner. There was no Kardashian.
Well, you know, he got a couple, he got some holes in area code.
So,
he got some
supposed
holes in area code.
He got some money recently, so.
Oh, yeah,
supposedly
He
this
might be
girl
all right.
has a name.
Okay.
I think her name is Caroline Castellini,
Hey,
Oh,
girl.
wow.
and
I'll
she
have to
fishes.
Google that.
Like
Hey, girl.
her Twitter pictures. She had a picture like a big ass fish.
She
Okay.
bass fishing and shit.
Yeah, like,
I like
she
that.
bait and tackling them boys.
She a young tenderoni? She's a tenderoni.
of
She a
course, she
tenderoni?
could be a tenderoni.
She's a 10.
yeah,
Oh,
of course.
she's a 10?
That's a given.
Like,
bro.
I don't think, because he's not, like, to me, he's not going to put a filter
I
on.
was going to say that. When you reach a certain level in life and you have a certain amount of money, you're going to get 10s.
You better
right?
get 10s.
You're
or
going to
then-
get 10s and 9s, right? You're not going to get 6s and 4s and 5s, right?
No, like, the max would be, like, the worst case would be, like, a 7.5. But that case would most likely be a high school sweetheart.
Yeah.
Somebody you
Been
trust.
there for a while.
Somebody you trust. You know, you saw DeMarcus Cousins. You know,
Yeah,
it takes
yeah.
2 to tango. You know,
Yeah.
you leave it in. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's the way it goes. So,
Yeah.
I don't know why I went there, but.
So real quick before we when we got to talk about the DeMarcus Cousins thing, that's probably gonna be a YG. We'll talk about that.
No,
That's not a YG?
No, that could be.
Yeah, we
yes,
can let's
yes,
add that to that.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
add
just
that to that.
put a list because there's
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 couple?
4 letters that have come up on
All right,
this
so
show
we'll wait for
numerous
that.
times
We'll wait
that
for
are
that.
crooks and do not treat their kids well.
NAA was it? Okay,
We'll get
I got
that.
you. So real quick before we move on, we still have not talked about it, the Jay-Z thing.
Yes.
You know, and I wanted to just touch on it real quick. You know, there's in the African American community. I don't know if you noticed, TA, but a lot of people feel he's a sellout.
Yeah, I've heard this.
For taking the deal.
I've heard this.
To actually partner up with NFL in regards to social injustice, a campaign, if you will. He's launching a campaign, if you will, with NFL, and a lot of people feel that he was a sellout. Now there's people that are speaking out, such as Dame Dash.
Right.
Dame Dash is his former partner, former CEO of Rockefeller Records. If some of y'all don't know, speaking out saying that Jermaine Dupri actually had the deal. They offered the deal to Jermaine Dupri, and for what they're allegedly,
Right.
Jay-Z got wind of it, and Jay-Z talked him out of it. And then from what Dame Dash is saying as well, some other outlets are saying that then he took the deal. So there's a couple variables in the situation. Not only that, but the community, the African-American community, Black Twitter, whatever you want to say,
is that
feels that he's
what I
out.
read is that he was trying to become a part owner of a team. So this is something separate.
That's something separate. That's the part owner was a throw-in, I think, for him getting.
So this is an avenue for him to become probably the first Black owner.
It's a possibility
of an
How
NFL.
do you I understand the other side of it. I really do.
Yeah.
But how do you? This is my issue, right?
Okay.
In the Black community, and I can't speak for the Black community, but I can speak for a realist.
Right.
Right. You want the change. The change is right in front of your damn face.
Right.
And now you're gonna break balls of a guy trying to make the damn change. Like that's the definition of a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's the definition of never progressing.
Yes.
Right? Because if you're always looking for the negative in something, we'll never progress. We gotta look at what the pros and cons. The pro is he changes the culture for it. There's always gotta be a first.
Yeah.
Right? And that starts way before our time.
Yeah.
But you know, talk about Jackie Robinson, you talk about different guys. There's always gonna be the first. So he's the first guy. I don't care what happened to Kaepernick. Kaepernick made a ton of goddamn money. So why are we worried about Colin Kaepernick? And why are people acting like he cares about anybody else?
Because I'm going to tell you what it is, TA.
People fall for shit. We fall for shit as a community in the world. We fall for like guys propaganda and their agendas.
Right.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with everything you're saying, but the issue is with the African American community, and I'm quite sure people can chime in. They feel that Kaepernick is still being blackballed, and they don't understand. And this is what's whether right, wrong, or different. They feel as though that he should have a chance to play. All right, so that's why to answer your question, that part.
Well, two on that, the double dip. You got to be good enough to play. And you got to be willing to take offers that you might not think are good enough that were offered
may be
to you.
beneath you.
Yeah, that were
that
offered
part.
to you
I
and
read
you
that
turned down. So once you turn down deals to me, and you still get money
Okay.
out of it, you won. I can't respect your so-called. Forget your calls for a minute. I can't respect you as a man.
Yeah.
Because you had offers to play the game. So if you love the game, you would have taken the offer to prove it to
Now
you.
that's a bigger question.
Yeah, that's a big question.
We see Andrew Luck,
Yeah.
and some of these players are starting to realize, like, listen, I love this game.
Yeah.
I
But
got
beats
my
me up.
college degree.
Yeah.
I don't like the way I feel,
Right.
so I'm going to walk away. But let me get back to the.
Okay, that's a different situation.
Right,
then.
right.
So if that's the situation, you got the collusion money,
right.
So then go away with that part of
But
it.
is it smart on his part to come out and say, I don't miss my body hurting. I don't miss the fact that
You talking about Andrew Luck or
Kaepernick.
Okay.
Seeing how much support he has, it's not wise for him to come out and say, you know what, I'm good. Because he has people fighting on his behalf.
He'll lose that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he'll lose
but
that,
I
yeah.
want to say
Yeah.
this about the Jay-Z situation, the people who are calling him a sellout. Listen, sometimes, this is what I want to ask those people. If they're listening, whatever, this reaches their ears, which I hope it does, click like,
some
share,
comments.
follow, turn the notifications on. Sometimes, I will say this to you. Okay, so he's going to partner with Jay-Z's going to partner with social injustice, and the only reason they're really calling him a sellout is because what did he do right after Colin Kaepernick? He came out to a concert, and I think it was SNL, if I'm not mistaken, and performed in a Kaepernick jersey, and it was all blacked out.
And then he said, and I think people took it the wrong way. He said, we're at this point right now where do we move forward? People will say, okay, what about Kaepernick, blah, 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 but what about him? So what he was saying, and I think people took that as a slight, but he's saying, okay, yeah, I understand the injustice. We understand what Cap did.
Right.
But how do we move forward right now at this point?
And that leads me to my next point.
All right.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
So
how you move
for
forward?
all these people who are sitting here saying sell out, listen, dog, who else would you rather trust to do it? They can't get it right without one of us.
Yeah.
And then you're not going to get a louder voice and a more well-respected voice
Yep.
of
Jay-Z.
ours than Jay.
Facts.
Because
Yeah.
not only does he have the cred
Yeah.
where he came from.
In the
but-
community where it starts.
But guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what? Also, he has valid assets
Yeah.
and equity.
Yeah.
He is a made
He's
man.
a businessman.
He's a businessman.
Man, let me just jump
Go
real
ahead.
quick. So Ralph Cole, my man R. Dot, he says, "Stop. This has nothing to do with Cat playing. It's about what he kneeled for." That's what R. Dot said.
So that means Jay-Z will sell out.
So Ralph, are you saying that he's a sellout?
But that's and the Kaepernick situation. And I don't want the two to be blended.
Right.
Now, our discussion is focused on the fact that Jay-Z's been called a sellout or been labeled a sellout for what he's doing and the moves he's trying to make. Where sometimes you got to look Trojan horse, right? We all heard the Trojan horse.
Right.
Hide in the horse, get inside, break him down from the inside.
So Ralph says my issue is Cap is not vocal enough. He got crazy.
Oh no, he's not.
Let me finish. He got crazy support and people wanted him to back in the league, and you won't say nothing. Forget tweets and all that. Get in front of the camera and talk to your people.
That's my thing. That leads me to my
That's well
point.
said.
He to me to this point now,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he wants to play football. The perfect deal is not going to fall into his lap like
Well,
TA.
but he's past that part with the perfect deal.
Yeah,
What
like
you guys are
TA
saying.
said,
Right.
like you turn down deals. You
Talking
turn
about the
down
Dolphins,
Denver.
Talking about Denver and the Ravens.
Right. So now you to the point where like teams is looking past you.
Yeah.
You yesterday's news.
They're not looking. I mean, and again, people say, okay, well, the Eagles should have picked him up, blah blah blah. But the McCown thing was a tailor-made situation. You know, I agree with the Eagles signing McCown because it made sense on so many levels because he can come in and do what they need to
But
do.
why
and,
would-
and he fulfills what
but-
they do on the offensive side.
See, and that's another thing where people are saying Kaepernick. McCown's 40 years old.
Right.
Showing what he could do in the league. And obviously he's not on the level of Kaepernick, but how do we know Kaepernick can still perform at that level?
We don't know.
Kaepernick hasn't played
3
in-
years.
3 years now?
3 years, bro. It's a long time, man.
But like you said,
It's a long time.
And like Ralph said, like we need to come out and say something. Like,
Yeah.
because your 15 minutes of fame is almost up. And I get what you knelt for. But now you need to act upon that message and empower people.
Yeah.
And it's just now it's just falling on deaf ears. Where now everybody who said you're making everybody who said what they thought you were doing true. You're making them right.
Yeah.
Because you sit here, you cause this commotion, you take this stand, we take up the fight for you, and believe in you, and believe in the cause. And now we can't get you to speak. Now you behind your keyboard 140 characters.
Yes, he is.
What type of message is that?
Well, his let me say this: his girl, who's bad, by the way, is speaking out.
That's the whole point. She always been speaking out.
Well, she's speaking out. I can honestly say she's speaking out. He may not be speaking out.
One
but
of the
she's
best
speaking out.
one of the most potential talented pass rushers is no longer in the league because she spoke out.
Yeah. Very true. That's a very good point. So Ralph also follows up and says, no, not at all. People look at Cuz. Okay, people look at Cuz's deal that is all about money for Jay, and it's not. He going to make money regardless because he is a businessman, but Jay has done enough for us to give him the benefit of the doubt before we call him a sellout. So he feels he's not a sellout. But, I mean, it's just amazing, man. I mean, TA, it's crazy how people feel that he's a sellout. People really were saying that. I couldn't believe it, man. Like, you know, he has that. And the thing is, you could tell the NFL looks at him and saying that, you know, this is a guy that he's a great example of what we're looking for that can actually be a catalyst on bridging together the gap, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and so Ralph follows up, also says she needs to shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nessa's doing a lot. You know,
Wow.
Nessa's doing a lot, bro.
Yo, she's been like that. She was like that on MTV. She was very fortunate. And I'm not saying, I don't want my sisters or anything else like that.
Yeah.
Any women, don't matter the color of your skin or the pigmentation. I want everyone to feel like they can be outspoken and speak their mind.
Right.
I wish more people in this world did that because we wouldn't have some of the backdoor BS that we have. And if more people were upfront with each other and transparent, more shit in this world would get done.
Right.
100%.
You think he's more speaking for her cause than his own?
Yeah,
Well,
You know what I mean?
he adopted a lot of her causes because
Yeah, you know what I mean?
if you think about it
I
before.
mean, it happens in relationships.
Yeah,
so you know what I'm saying?
exactly. Because if you look at it, before he got with her, he wasn't doing none of that. And then as soon as he got with her, Boom. It's like a total flip. He's Muslim, which is nothing wrong with that. Become Muslim. That's cool.
Assalamu alaikum.
But what my point is, he converted. And his stance is different now.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when your relationship, like you said, that happens.
Yeah.
Whether it be the woman or man. I mean,
You rub off.
You're adopting. Yeah, you're adopting a lot of the philosophies because you're intertwined together. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is.
He's rooted, but and that's another thing. So if that's the case, let me ask y'all this.
Okay.
If that's the case, and now we can move. If that's the case about Cap, if Cap originally did it with the idea, I'm going to do this, gets with her, and then like, oh, I'm going to do that then. How strong was the foundation in your decision in the first place? If it was that easy manipulated and taken left or taken right, and you just didn't stay on course.
I mean, that's a valid point. That's a valid point. But then some would say on the other side of the spectrum, sometimes you get that aha moment. So I guess in his mind,
moment for what?
To stand up for certain things, to be a vessel to a certain point, to be a vessel to a certain point.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
Listen, so that leads me back, comes back full circle, right? What you just said, to stand up for certain things, the aha moment, okay? We had Jay-Z, right? We bring it back here, full circle.
Okay.
Jay-Z, people don't even realize who's saying he's a sellout. Like, he's putting his name on the line.
Yeah.
He's putting himself out there. We talking about somebody who, honestly, like other black billionaires, take their ball and go home. Don't even get involved in social issues.
Yep.
And he's right there in the forefront.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We seen him, power couple, they got a whole Beyonce religion.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
They
do. When you see that, they've been the White House, been 600 West Pennsylvania Avenue, multiple times with Obamas.
Yeah.
We already know who's in office now. We already know some of the contentious messages that he is sending, has been sending, and continues to send.
Yeah.
And the underlying current of those messages, right?
Right.
So what else? How else more can someone try to affect change? Like that's something. So to those people out there, if not Jay-Z, then who?
I agree.
Who? You know what I mean?
agree.
If not Jay-Z, then who?
Yo, Ralph. So he says, no damn that. If you're gonna speak out, at least be intelligent about it. Nobody want to hear senseless barking, and Cap still wants to play because he's put the video out of him working out. I'm sick of him kneeling with no plan of action.
Yeah,
Right.
dog.
I mean, he's making some great points. I mean, you know, and again, what you said earlier, you said you feel like he doesn't want to play. He wants to play, bro. He wants to play. He wants to show. I mean, first of all, you have that testosterone in you, you have that ego in you, you have that competitive spirit in you, and you feel like people think you can't play no more. So you want to show those people that you can still play. Honestly, I think he still wants to play, but is he going to play? No, because this thing is bigger than him right now.
Not in the NFL.
Nah, not in the NFL.
Not in the NFL.
He's done, bro.
Not
It's
in
a
the
wrap.
NFL.
Now,
and listen,
XFL?
if I'm a team out there and I'm an owner,
So if you're Vince McMahon right now.
no. Vince, this is the thing.
And I know Vince got issues.
Vince cannot make that move.
Because of all the backlash with Saudi Arabia and all the other things he's done, right?
Not so much that.
Okay.
Vince cannot make that move because who is Vince cool with?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, too.
Vince cannot make that move because his wife, who's a politician now, served on Trump something, and him
Yeah.
and Trump are cool. So
Yeah.
how does that look?
Yeah.
How do you spin that? And if it's one thing Vince doesn't need the president calling him out. Now, backdoor, he can go to an organization and be like, hey, man, Kaepernick, it would be good for business. There's two names that would be good for business for the XFL. One, Kaepernick would be more controversial. Okay? But second name, just take a wild guess. Hasn't played football in a while. Got cut from CFL.
Manziel?
Yep. Johnny Manziel.
I can see it.
Johnny Football.
I can see it. It makes a lot of sense. And now that's a move Vince could make.
Yeah.
Because Vince, that's just Vince.
You can even see,
This
I
is MO.
think what you're going to have with the XFL, you're even going to see players that may not be getting a shot.
Get a second chance.
Yeah, like I can see someone like RG3.
Well, he's in the league right now. He's
Doing
in the
what?
league. He's
Doing
a backup.
what?
He's
To who?
he's a valid backup for Ravens. They love him.
Okay.
He's going to be a backup for the next 5 years. He'll be in. I think after him losing his way or falling the way he did, and having that year off, he realized that
We talking about prima alpha
no,
males.
not no more, bro.
You don't think so?
No, I follow him. Different guy, guarantee. He's a family guy right now. He was before, but that's a long story. But he's a family guy right now. He's about his family. He's about football. I think it refocused him. Honestly, I follow him.
Okay. But so players of that ilk who never got that shot.
I get what you're saying. Your point.
Right.
Yeah.
Never got that shot can say, you know what?
Yeah.
NFL is cool. I may be able to come back here, but the XFL is something new. Has more money behind it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Has Oliver Luck behind it. Andrew's father.
Yep.
So
and more importantly, Vince McMahon. I mean, and Vince is gonna
and
pump that money out
now,
there.
as sports fans, we want to consume our sports 24/7, 365, especially football.
Right.
So look, the what was it? AAF. AAF.
Yeah.
They had a following for a couple of weeks, and it's if they do it the right way and they do it smartly, it could have its place. But let's get back to the big boy league.
Yeah.
So when we looked at the linebacker core for the Eagles, we don't like it. Now the only thing I can say is, if Jonathan Cyprien makes the team, there you go with that kind of hybrid linebacker safety position to come down in the box, kind of play a little bit of coverage, some light coverage. So that way you only need you with 2 linebackers. But then let's go through it. Our starting corners: Darby, Jones, and Maddox.
Let me say this: Mills is going to start off there saying on the IR.
I think
on
Mills
the pup list,
I think he may get traded.
On the pup list?
Yeah, I think he may get traded. There was rumors already about.
I mean, yeah, there have been rumors, but he's on the pup list right now, so I don't think they can deal him right now. If he's on the pup list, TA, can you check that? Is that true? If you're on the pup list, can you get traded?
Physically unable to perform.
Right.
I don't think so. No.
I don't think so. No. So with that being said, you're going Darby, who I think they're going to. He's back. Darby's the one.
Maddox and
Darby, right?
No, Maddox and the nickel. He hasn't.
Sidney on the other side.
Sidney or Rasul on the other side.
Okay.
I'm thinking more probably Sidney.
Yeah. Yeah, because they want this is crash course year.
What did we talk about earlier?
Crash course year
with the draft picks.
Faithful to the
draft
picks.
They want to make sure that Sidney gets every opportunity to be panned out, to prove everybody else wrong.
And I'm rooting for him. I'm actually rooting for him. I hope he does well. I mean, I think him being healthy finally, because he was banging the last couple of years, he's going to give us a little something.
Okay.
So I mean, and then you have Jenkins as well as McLeod. Listen, I'm gonna say this. People don't realize how big McLeod's injury was last year.
Yeah.
It was huge, man. He does so many things for your defense on the back end along with Jenkins. And having him back is really a good thing going forward.
And now, for me, that's why I think safety is one of the most underrated positions in the Jim Schwartz defense.
Yeah.
Because the way that he runs his scheme, you need a top tier or above average safety for this to work. Good double play.
So real quick, Michael Kleinkopf, what's good, man?
Cliquey.
He says, what's good, my boys? And it's Chick-fil-A. I will never go against God's food. I'm sorry, I can't.
Dang.
I'm telling you, man.
He brought the Lord in it.
It's the Lord's food, man. It is. I mean, like I said, man.
Jesus.
They're Old Faithful. You stick with Old Faithful. Now, one thing I want you guys to say, this is a fluffy moment, and I want somebody to give me an answer, because no one, even at Chick-fil-A, they can't answer my question.
What?
Why doesn't Chick-fil-A sell onions? And I throw the mic down.
What would you need onions for?
What do you mean on your chicken sandwich? Absolutely.
Fried onions or raw?
Just raw onions. Don't gotta be fried? Absolutely, bro. You never had raw onions on your sandwich?
Did you not see where I looked at you looking at 5 heads? TA, please.
You never had
onions on a fried chicken sandwich?
Absolutely, man. What are you missing? You missing
pickles. I've had pickles.
Pickles, onions, tomatoes, lettuce.
I don't like raw onions, period.
Dog, raw onions on the sandwich.
Now, I'll take some fried onions, some caramelized onions.
Deal Holyfield. I'm telling you, bro. You died and went to heaven by having that, bro. I'm telling you. TA, what you think, man?
I like red. I mean, I'm not a big raw. I mean, I'll eat them on like
the onion straws you get on like a barbecue burger or something like that. That's different. Like a raw onion on fried chicken.
Yeah, like I'll take some like cooked onions on there.
I'm telling you, you got to taste it.
So you mean to tell me
you got to taste it?
If I fried you a chicken breast right now,
yes, sir.
No bread, and just cut up an onion and put that son bitch on top.
Yes, sir.
You gonna eat it like that?
Got my cheese, got my onions, got my list of meals, my pickle. But I gotta do it. I'll go without the bread.
To me.
I go without the bread.
To me,
right.
you put so much stuff on top of that you don't taste the chicken. Like you taste the chicken, but everything else.
Yes. The chicken is the choir. It's the choir that gives you that sound, but you gotta have the other pieces to make that choir sound good. I like that. I'm going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
just pointed at the camera like you was Shaq.
Yeah, you gotta. You know what I mean? So you gotta have the chicken's the choir. But you got to have the certain voices that make that choir sound good, right?
The choir director. So I would say
You with me?
the chicken is the choir director, then everything else is the ensemble and the altos and sopranos and the tenors.
Yeah, no, but the choir director is good, and it's the catalyst. However, but if you don't have that choir and you just have a choir director, what do you got? You ain't got nothing, right? Right, family?
Nothing.
I'm just saying.
Man,
I know we're pressed for time. We almost there. We're almost there, right?
we remember the,
Okay, so my man Jeff Lohmeyer, what's good, man? He says fried chicken sandwich with pickle and raw onions is seriously the truth. Thank you, Jeff, my brother. I appreciate you saying that. Yo, I'm
He
telling you,
didn't say cheese.
it don't matter. I mean, well, cheese is the extra incentive.
No.
It's the extra. Dog, have you never in your 30-something years of living, you never had that? Come on, dog.
Never.
TA, I know you had it, bro.
No, he just said he never had raw onions.
You never had raw onions on your sandwich, right?
On a fried,
I've had them.
on a
On-
fried
on
chicken
a
Not
fried
sandwich.
on a fried chicken sandwich.
That's
no.
what I'm saying. That's
Gotta
On
try
other
it.
things I have.
You gotta try
Caesar
it, bro.
said, good out though.
Yeah.
Vance runner.
Yeah, we're in a dog fight.
Listen, guys. All right, I hate to be the
No,
bad-
I'm sorry. No offense if I offended dog owners out there. I'm sorry. I
Oh yeah, be
apologize.
careful. Yeah, we want no problem. We want no PETA issues. Listen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, ladies and gentlemen. I know people don't want to hear me, but the Phillies. I mean,
Stop it.
what?
Stop. Throw something
You
at
ever,
him,
you ever had that? You ever had that family member in your family that just says things, and you look at me like, just shut up.
I just,
But they're telling the truth, though, right?
but I just want you to let it be. Like, let it happen.
Let it be, let it be. No, I'm saying I just got to keep it real with the family out there because I love the family. You know what I mean? I love the A2D family, all the people watching. But you know, it's the inevitable. Okay, it's like watching paint dry. It's gonna happen, right?
Wow.
Right? It's like paint. It's why. It's like.
Well, no, they're 2.5 games out of the second wild card spot. So I mean, it is. I don't even think this team has it in them to run like
they don't
run
have
5 or
it, bro.
6.
They don't have it, man. Now, if the pitching was better and they had enough quality bats, then yeah, I can say we can make the run. But come on, man. I mean, who's your number 2? Keep it real. Who's your number 2 right
You
now?
ain't got one.
Okay.
You ain't
So
got
yeah,
one.
you're the baseball extraordinaire guru. Who's your number 2, buddy? Huh?
Right now it would be Jason Vargas.
Yeah. Who pitches
You
tomorrow?
feel comfortable against LA Dodgers and all those guys?
No. But I will say this: if you, pun intended, if you dodge the Dodgers,
I like that.
If you get in,
Peter?
if you dodge the Dodgers, all bets are off. Like, I
Yeah,
like
but-
this team against the Braves in the 7-game series.
But you trust us against the Braves?
We're talking about Atlanta.
No.
I'm not looking for the
You
win.
even- you
If we
you
hit
even
like
said
we
it.
can, then we can contend
Exactly.
with anybody.
Yes.
You know, but we got to hit the baseball.
But you just said a keyword if I was 100 pounds lighter, I would be doing something differently. I don't know. But it's a big if, right? Okay?
It shouldn't be, but it is because it's been all year. That's why they haven't ran off a bunch in a row.
Right, because of the fact of their bats have just been inconsistent. Somewhat more consistent now since Charlie's taken over and kind of bridged the gap between the analytics and the human, and the human element and the real world. So that works out. But let's get to somebody who isn't playing his professional sport anymore. We were all somewhere Saturday,
Yes.
around 9:30 in the evening, and
Before you do that, Kim, can I say this real quick?
go ahead.
To all the fantasy people out there, happy fantasy draft
Yes,
season, ladies and gentlemen.
It is draft season.
I shout out to my man Matt Coons. He actually joined in for a little bit. I have a very good draft, y'all. I'm excited. E-Rob's Dynasty, E-Rob Squad. We won a championship last year. We're gonna repeat. I just think we have a positive team right now. You know, our
Are y'all
Arsenal-
co-owners?
Say what?
Y'all co-owners?
What you mean?
You keep saying we. You referring to
I'm talking
this,
third.
no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You keep talking about this
I'm
dynasty and
I'm
this team in the
about
third person.
myself, E-Rob, and my team. You know, it's a third team. It's a third. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. All right? So, you know, right now,
I'm just
we're
checking.
ready. We're ready for this year.
Ownership talk.
Yeah. I feel as though we have a lot to prove, and we're going to do our
Right.
thing. I'm excited.
Well, yeah, I don't
He
wanna,
said, yeah.
I don't want to brag about my drafts. I feel confident in my teams, but injuries and everything, you just when it comes to fantasy, it's kind of just let it ride. Even when you feel good about your team, when you feel too good, that's when stuff just go wrong.
Okay.
And when you feel too bad, you kind of just mellow it out. So I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. But with that being said, Andrew Luck walks away from the Colts after 7 years, $97 million richer. Set up for the rest of his life. His family's well off, but
Already.
he really wants to enjoy life.
Yeah.
And he got depressed. And then the double down on the fact that people started to come out. We even seen it, people on the A2D network. I mean, call him out. sports hounds, Brinkman, Meager, they just like he left the team. Now I will say this: he left the team in a bad spot based on the timing. But at the same time, we're talking about guys who've been doing this their whole life, and this is all they ever worked for. So to be able to walk away from that, it's very, very hard.
And he told them in March that he didn't think he'd be ready to go. And they said, well, let's just keep rehabbing and see how it goes. And it didn't get any better. And you could see when he was walking off the field that night, he was still limping.
He's hurting.
He's hurt, man.
He's anguished.
And his dad walked away after 5-6 years of being a backup quarterback. And you know, he's got tons of money, and he's a Stanford grad. Like, get out while you still can.
Architectural engineer.
Get out while you still can.
He's smart. I mean, I just think a lot of people are giving him a raw deal. I mean, the fans were turning on him, booing him.
Fucking can't strike out there.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, Kingery strikes out.
That wasn't even close.
Nah, not at all. I mean, and I was gonna give them the YG, but I'm about to do it right now. You know, the Colts fans, I felt it was very disrespectful.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess I'm doing YG right now. It's very disrespectful the way they treated a guy who's put the franchise on their back. And, you know, it's just despicable. Now, the way it came out, unfortunately, the way it came out, Adam Schefter put it out there. And as we know Adam Schefter, he's not malicious, but he's the type of guy. He's about his business. And if he's getting the information, he triple checks it 3 times, 4 times. And he had to put it out there before anybody put it out there. Well, the timing was wrong, but it is what it is.
And the Colts handled it not the best in this day and age. They said they wanted to wait for Sunday at 3:00. They knew on Friday. And they kind of knew during that week. You should have just did it then. Because then you make yourself look bad. You make Andrew Luck look bad. And you make your fans look bad. And I can understand initially the fans' reaction because they're hurt, they're shocked. You're literally at a preseason game. And you find out that your franchise quarterback is the face of the franchise is walking away. And he's still somewhat able-bodied and able-minded.
Listen, they were calling trying to get refunds.
I know.
They were trying to get refunds, bro. Trying to get their money back. Now, you know what the irony of this, and I'm giving them right now. Now we're moving on.
We can stay here for a minute. We're here. We're rolling until 9:30.
I'm giving it to him because let's just say, for some sake of argument, for some sake of chance, that Jacoby Brissett, whatever man's name is, Jacoby Brissett, with the extra T, does this thing and leads that team to winning the AFC with Central South, going 11-5 and wins that division. I'm just saying the Texans are the favorite. I'm just saying by chance, anything can happen in football. We understand that. But let's just say by chance that happens. What are those same fans that were booing him and saying disparaging things to him? What are they going to say?
Yeah, like Jacoby Brissett's probably, if not the best, one of the best. He was one of the best backups in the league.
Yeah?
Yeah, so, I
agree.
Now, the one thing about Colts fans and anybody else who's looking at the Andrew Luck situation and where I put my blame on the Colts. Not the regime that's there now, the prior regime. Because you took this long to get this man some offensive line help. Where before he was doing it all on his own.
Up,
and his body just aged. Remember Obama, 2008? He had dark hair, a little salt and pepper. A little salt and pepper.
Very true.
By 2012,
strawberries on
2016,
right.
My man had all gray hair. It was mostly salt with pepper.
Bad, bro.
Stress will do that to you. And then Andrew Luck said, he said, like, I got tired of this. It was like wash, rinse, repeat, injury.
He was
pain,
always rehab.
Always injury, rehab. Pain, rehab. And we're not even talking about missing 2017 with the shoulder. We're not talking about the calf or the high ankle sprain. Remember, he had the lacerated spleen and broken ribs. And he played through that.
Yes, he did.
And he came back. His body hasn't been right. So even to double down on how Luck feels, when Gronk walked away, we didn't hear anything, and then Gronk came out. He was at a promotion for a CBD oil company he's partnered up with, and he got emotional. Because he started talking about the fact that he loves the game of football, but he felt that love of the game gone because what it took for him to go out there and play. He lost his joy. He lost the love of his life because football was the love of his life. And you see how enthusiastic he was, and he said he did this. He just did not enjoy it.
And those injuries, man, at the Wild,
they take their toll,
They take their toll, and they take years off your life. Let's keep it real, man. They take years off your life. It really does. I mean, there's guys with pain right now. There's an article I was just reading about. Oh, God, what's the man? He's not Fred McCary. He's one. McLean played for the Ravens. Gerald McLean, fullback, remember?
Yeah.
Remember? Played for Alabama. He put on Twitter, and it's actually documented on Twitter. He was like, I need help. I'm screaming for help. And NFL's not hearing me. I need help like ASAP. I mean, I'm at the point where I need this help. His head is so messed up, he said he didn't even know what to do. Yeah. Because of all the pounding that he dealt with, all those years of the. You figure since he was in Pee Wee football, all the way up until almost 30 years old, you're dealing with a headache on a regular basis. And then there's some type of protocol.
The
from my
brain
understanding.
can only take so much.
So
trauma.
much, right? There's some type of protocol where I think the NFL they'll put you in a protocol to help you, but a certain amount of different variables you got to go through to get to that point. And he's like, they know I'm having issues, but if I was a quarterback, it would have been expedited.
Yeah,
but because I'm a fullback, it's different.
Right, and it's because they're more. But this is my thing. I give it to those fans who booed Andrew Luck. Would you rather have Andrew Luck play through that, meet him at go to an autograph signing, and he can't sign his name because he's too broken down, or be able to go to Andrew Luck, have him sign his autograph, nice and clear, take a picture with your kids and able-bodied. Because regardless, he didn't win a Super Bowl. The biggest thing about Andrew Luck is, and Jim Irsay just doesn't get it, because he's walking away from $500 billion. That's not the point. Yeah. The money wasn't the issue. The money wasn't the motivator.
$500 million.
It's $500 million. He said $500 million. Yeah. He said $500 million. That's what he's walking away from. And where he came up with that number, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know
but
that.
it wasn't about the money.
No.
It wasn't about the money. The only thing about Andrew Luck is I truly feel like he was on the path to the Hall of Fame. Yeah. And whatever that means to us, that may mean something. But to him, obviously, and this is the biggest part, to him, that the money, the Hall of Fame, any recognition, any accolades, a Lombardi trophy, did not mean more to him than what it meant for him to be able to wake up without pain, not have a worry, because he's not going to have any financial worries anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Got a wife who's pregnant to be able to sit there and play with his kids.
She's from Czech, right? Czech Republic, I think.
Oh, his wife?
Yeah, I think she's from Czech.
This is the guy who had to go to Europe for the surgery on his shoulder because the team doctors and what they advised him to do wasn't working.
Yeah, listen,
he's had plenty of issues with the Colts when it comes to injuries and rehab. So it's nothing new.
He couldn't throw a Nerf ball. They said it was so bad.
No,
he couldn't even throw a Nerf ball.
And we're only talking about the physical. We're not talking about the mental.
No, because it takes, like Gronk said, it takes the love of the game away.
Yes.
If you're constantly rehabbing and not playing
every day,
the guys that are out there playing are having fun because they're healthy.
Right.
If you're healthy and you go through football pretty healthy,
they're managing their pain. No, I don't think anyone's really healthy by like week 4. Like
no, not during the season.
But you're managing your pain, like you said.
So
real quick before we move on, before we leave, because it's that time. DeMarcus Cousins, man, I'm gonna hand it off to you, man.
Well, that's the YGTG, and I saw this. This last week. I had got an alert. DeMarcus Cousins. There's audio of him threatening his child's mother for not letting their son come to his wedding.
Oh, to his wedding.
He was getting married. So DeMarcus Cousins, he got married, and he reached out to the mother of his child,
7-year-old son. Okay.
And she said, no, he cannot come to your wedding, which
is kind of wrong.
Which is very wrong.
Which is very wrong. But
he should not have handled it like that.
If she's petty, which she obviously is, that's what it is. But you got to be a man and handle it in a respectful way.
You don't threaten to shoot someone.
Nah. Especially when your career is on live support.
Yeah, like
not even
speaking of how fragile this is, like we're talking about somebody who in season when he got traded to New Orleans, New Orleans wanted to extend him. He turned it down. He bet on himself, went to Golden State on a cheaper deal, got hurt, came back,
got
hurt again, released from Golden State. The Lakers only give you $1 million. Then you out here playing a pickup game and tear your ACL. Now all that's a lot of ish to deal with. A lot of ish to deal with.
Right.
In your professional life.
Plus, not to mention, skill-wise, he's not back.
No.
You can see he's not back yet. I mean, he's just not the same. He's not the same person.
Not the same person.
At 5 years ago, he was probably the best big man in the league.
Yeah.
I'll say 4 years.
Yeah.
But you want to say?
No, so all that was going on in his professional life, affecting his financial stability and his outcome, where now you make this move, and it's like, dog, now you don't know. You may not be able to see your son because you can't say nobody. How much money must you really have?
You can't move like that.
You know what I mean? And you on audio doing it.
You can't. The thing is, first of all, when you're an athlete, there's a target. It's a target. And then you have a history of things off the court, or on the court rather, with your attitude and different things such as that. Fast forward, now you're dealing with domestic situations. And the NBA is a lot more different than the NFL. They don't play that domestic abuse situation. They don't play it. So, I mean, your career's on life support, you're hurt again, and now this. Where does he go from here? You know? It's just crazy, man. It's crazy to see what's going on.
So that's one YGTG.
Okay, I like it.
Okay. Two, the NCAA, dog.
Pimps. Pimps and
Dog.
suits. Pimps and suits. Go ahead.
Virginia Tech's Brock Hoffman
Okay, I like it.
was attending. I don't know. I don't even know the college he was attending.
Was he a quarterback?
I don't know what position. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what Brock Hoffman's position was. But
ahead.
this is bigger than any position.
Uh-huh.
He wanted to transfer with immediate eligibility to Virginia Tech, which is within 100 miles of his house, to take care of his mother who had a non-cancerous brain tumor and needed care. Okay? They denied it. Right? He appeals. They add 2 rules to help for his ruling to pass, and they denied it again.
That's what they do, man.
But then it was another player who got granted the same immediate eligibility, and it had nothing to do with medical. And then they told Brock Hoffman that if his mother was that well off, if she was that bad, either she can go get a job or she had a job. But it's just wrong.
Pimps in the suit, man. Pimps in the suit. They pimping out these young kids. Let's keep it real. And a lot of people say, oh, well, they get an education. Listen, yes, they get education, but the thing is, man, as much money as these young men and young women.
They ain't going there for the education.
Yeah, but that's my point. As much money these young men and young women are bringing to these institutions, it's a travesty the way they get treated. It's a travesty, man. They get a little meal plan, which sometimes isn't enough. It's just unfair treatment.
He's an offensive lineman.
Okay. But that's how they rock, though, man. That's how they rock. That's always how. Listen, Mark Emery, he's a crook.
Yeah.
Was it Mark Emmett or Emery?
One of them.
Whatever his name is, the guy with the silver hair. He's a crook, man. He's a crook, straight up. Pimps in the suits. That's what they are.
But I just don't get it. Like, I feel like these big businesses, sometimes they just lose the human element of it.
Look what they try to do with Maverick.
They lap.
Look what they did with Maverick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Rich Paul, excuse me.
Yeah.
Look what they try to do to him.
Lack empathy, man.
Come on, man. Like
they just lack empathy. There's no human side to it. So
if it's no agenda, I'm gonna say this, and I know we got to roll. If it's not benefiting them and it's not part of the agenda, then you're just scum.
Yeah, I don't get it. But before we get up out of here, I'm gonna tell y'all we're gonna start a new tradition. Right after YGTG, we're gonna talk about some TV shows real quick.
Okay.
That we all watch.
Oh man,
if you ain't watching, listen.
A couple.
If y'all ain't never seen Snowfall, dog.
Peter, come on, man.
Dog.
T.A., you watch it?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
T.A., come on, man.
You've never watched
You and wifey. Listen,
please.
You and wifey.
Go do yourself a favor.
Do yourself a favor.
Go
you
watch
and wifey,
Snowfall.
Just binge one day. Get season 1 in your belts.
Is it on What's it on? Netflix? What?
Yeah, it's on Netflix, right?
It should be on Netflix.
It's on FX.
It should be, or even Comcast FX,
Right,
or
FX.
just regular on demand.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in season 3 right now.
Listen,
Snowfall. That's one.
Queen of South.
I've been told I have never watched Queen of South, but I've been told that's like the 5th person that's told
Queen
me.
of South?
I watched the first 2 seasons. It's good.
Oh man.
And now,
Okay.
we can talk about it. And I'm just gonna ask you a simple question.
Okay.
Simple question.
Animal Kingdom.
The Animal Kingdom is another.
Oh my gosh.
It's great. Did you watch this season?
You know I didn't.
Okay, we'll
I'm
talk
all
about
on top of that.
that after we get up there.
Okay.
Animal Kingdom is great. But since it's fresh and just came back Sunday,
Okay.
Team Tommy
No.
or Team Ghost?
Team Ghost, baby, all day.
You know, first person I've asked.
Team Ghost.
First person that's told me Team Ghost.
Team Ghost.
Out of like 20 people I asked.
Team Ghost.
This is why I'm saying, y'all
Okay.
people, y'all normal people, too damn emotional, making irrational decisions. That's why y'all choose Team Tommy. Ghost messed up. Ghost did too much shady. Ghost did everything.
Ghost-
If you don't know what we're talking about now, we're talking about power.
Yeah.
Ghost has done everything to protect people, even when they didn't even ask for his protection,
Yep.
when they was too dumb to see that they was putting themselves in harmful situations, and he still protected their
Tommy,
ass.
i.e. Tommy, who's a loose cannon.
I.e.
And can't-
Tasha,
and-
who dude was about to testify.
Yo, what's up with that? What happened to the boy, the lawyer?
You ain't seen it? Ghost killed that nigga.
He chipped him up?
He choked him out.
I missed that part.
Right after the meeting, he was walking to his car. Ghost got him from the back. Night.
Wow, I missed that one.
Close and personal.
And he got rid of him.
Got rid of him. You see how Tasha? Terry Silver offers.
Oh, she whooped. She whooped, bro.
Dog, listen.
She whooped.
To all the people out there who Team Tommy, listen. His dad was going to snitch on him at some point. And like Ghost said, he said, listen, if I didn't do it, I had to get him to do it because if I did it, he still would have been mad at me anyway.
Yeah.
But to go and dog, now Ghost is acting irrational.
Yeah.
He lost his heart.
He lost his heart. He lost his heart. Yeah.
And then listen, that phone call with Tariq at the end. I'm sorry if I'm giving you spoilers. That phone call with Tariq at the end. He was playing when the dude was like, I thought you didn't get along with your dad.
Let's not give a lot, though.
If you ain't watching by now, I'm sorry.
We give too much.
It's a week old. No, I'm done. No.
You giving it out?
Yes.
Okay.
So the phone call where he said, Dad, I'm sorry. I know what you're going through. Da-da-da-da.
Right.
You know, and he hung up the phone. Tariq hung up the phone. And he was like, I thought you didn't get along with your dad. Yeah, but I got to play nice. And he put his head down.
Yo.
That's going to bring them back.
Let me jump into this. You think it's going to bring it back?
Because what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
I think they're going to be put in a position where Tariq will have to choose Tommy or Ghost.
Okay.
Or he may come in.
And honestly, a lot of people don't like. A lot of people take this thing serious because people have approached Tyreek and want to fight him. Did you hear about that?
For acting like a bitch?
Yeah.
I probably would too.
But let me say this to that. Tyreek is Kanan, okay? And Kanan saw that. And I know we're giving a lot. But Tyreek, one thing Kanan liked about him, because Kanan could have killed him twice.
Yeah.
Right? Kanan said, this is my son.
Right.
Now, there's a couple parts in there that gives you an inkling, I'm all into it, that maybe Tasha did mess with Kanan, right? That's
at least once.
At least once. And that could be his son. But at the end of the day, Kanan said, yo, this is my son because he's just like me. So Tyreek's a wild card in the situation.
Yep.
Period.
You don't know which way you're going to go.
You don't know which way he's going to go.
And we seen Ghost act out because what happened? He shot up Tommy's car without even checking to see if Tommy. Ghosts don't make moves like that.
Nah.
Every move Ghosts make is calculated. But now they didn't took him away, so what's worse than that? You see Tommy when he came back to Keisha's house.
Yeah. But see, Tommy knows that how Ghost runs. He knows how
he
thinks. Works. And he knows
he
how
never
thinks.
seen Ghosts like this though.
Nah, but that was a passion kill.
Yeah, no one ever did anything like this.
But that was a passion kill because that was his love of his life that he took away right in front of him. And then if you look at it, and I know we got to move. If you look at when he did it, he glazed that. Watch the camera work on that. This is. I mean, I can do power all day, y'all. He glazed at him and he looked at his eyes, saying, "Now what?" Did you notice that? Okay.
And then they got in a fight. I don't think that either one of them really want to kill each other.
Nah, they just want to chip each other up, basically.
But you can't just walk away from that. But so
real quick before we go, Johnny Birds, what's up, man? He says, "What's up?"
Johnny Birds.
Yo, Eagles all day. All right.
Of course. And we saw the post about the Colts.
Yes, sir.
Said the Colts fans are spoiled because of they may be really spoiled because they had Peyton. One bad year, boom, you got Andrew Luck, the heir apparent, and dropped in your lap, and now he walked away. So
yeah,
it is what it is, man. Everybody out there, be safe. Have a good holiday weekend. Enjoy the Monday. Now, it's crazy because Monday going to be the worst day. It's 50% chance of rain. So y'all may have to get y'all cookout on tomorrow or Sunday.
It's going to rain on Monday?
Yeah, it's going to rain on Monday.
I'm trying to go to the beach.
It's going to rain on Monday. So for everyone else out there, make sure you catch the weekly roundup tomorrow. A2D Live, A2D Radio on all social media platforms, IG, Twitter. You already know. Periscope with the PCP TV. That's what it is. I'm not saying I do PCP. We don't smoke that wet. That's not what we do. And then Sunday, you got to agree to disagree. You already know Monday, Sports Sounds. Tuesday, Birds of a Feather. Wednesday, The Fix. And AM and the PM. Thursday, Hockey Happy Hour. And Lazy Booking. And, I'm sorry, Sunday, I forgot. Oh, my God.
AM, PM?
No, Sunday, I forgot. In this very ring with Andy Ritter.
Yes, Andy, my man. Pots and pans.
So
50 grand.
Doing big things here on A2D.
Yes, sir.
Everybody be safe. Have a good holiday weekend.
And more shows coming, y'all. More shows coming.
Namaste.
Holla at you.